Good evening and welcome to it. This is the Private Property Podcast. I'm your host, Sibs Matiela, and I'm here to talk about all things property. Listen, we told you months ago, all roads lead to the property show. If you weren't able to make it to the SAPIN Convention Center this weekend, guess what? We have gone and fetched all of the experts from the property show and brought them directly to you on this podcast. Joining me in studio live from the property show at the SAPIN Convention Center, I have Daniel Kazadi, who is the head of SA Property Investors Network Youth Program, Youth Development Fund, Youth Club. You're like the youth pastor, ne?
Yes. The youth pastor works.
I love this. Tell me more about the South African Property Investors Network.
Awesome. So the SA Property Investors Network, abbreviated to SAPIN, is a network full of property entrepreneurs, and it was founded by Andrew Walker in 2013. It's all about networking for property investors, and in the network there's people that are fresh in the industry starting out their journeys, and they're experienced investors that have been there, and the whole idea is to create a platform for them to meet, learn from each other, grow and do business.
When did you invest in your first property?
Geez, 5 years ago, I was about 18 years old.
What?
So I read a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then I met my coach, Andrew, and I was still in my first year studying accounting, and Andrew took me under his wing, and through that journey, it's been interesting. It's been an interesting journey.
Tell me, you guys are obviously exhibiting from the property show.
Yeah.
What have you been telling people?
Jeez, it's amazing. So we've been having two conversations. One from the SAPIN aspect, where we're showing how other individuals, how normal South Africans can venture into property and breaking the whole misconceptions around property, that it's for a specific class of people. And also the SAPIN youth point of view, where it's about getting other youngsters to invest in property. Yes, there are barriers to entry when investing in property, especially if you are young, you do not have the affordability, you can't go to the bank. However, it's not impossible. And that's our whole mission. So to empower the youth of SA through property ownership or entrepreneurship.
So that was where I was going to next, actually, Daniel. How do you propose that 18-year-olds buy houses?
So there's a bunch of avenues. I'm going to tell you my favorite one. It's known as the Alienation of Land Act installment sales, to be precise. So what it does, you know how you can buy a car via installments? You can also do the same with property and buy it over installment and pay it over a certain period of time. And the good thing is you do not need affordability. You can do as many as you want. And the barrier to entry, you do not need transfer costs, transfer duties and stuff. There is transfer duty payable in 3 months, but if it's below R1 million, no transfer duty. What you do need is a Section 20 contract which your attorney can put together for you under 10,000 Rand, and it's your property. There is an endorsement, so it's your duty to pay the levies on a monthly basis, the rates and taxes. So that's a strategy. You can partner with other experienced investors that provide funding for opportunities through joint ventures or angel investors. So it's interesting,
So over what kind of period of time are we looking at?
So with an installment sale, the basics, it has to be over 12, it has to be more than one payment. So over 12 months, that's the first thing. And then if you do research, it does say up to 60 months. However, if you do have an attorney, it's up to 60 months for certain types of properties that weren't registered. But for normal properties, it can be as long as you want. But with banks, you will find some banks fight it, and once it's 60 months, but you can add a clause that after the 60 months, and if you still have a balance to be paid, you can extend that period and have another 60 months. That's a good hack for all your listeners.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much. Very much appreciated. What is the why behind your position? This youth development obviously seems like something that's very close to your heart. What is the why there?
A big thing for me, I read really awful stats the other day that yes, there is the unemployment rate for the country, but there's also the youth unemployment rate. So all the youngsters that are going through to varsity or dropping out or just have a high school degree, that over 60% of youngsters are unemployed. So not having opportunities, and property for me personally gave me power over my own life. It gave me options because I've been able, through the grace of meeting my coach and being part of this network, I've been able to grow my portfolio that allows me to live a life I'm proud of and allows me to help my family out. And the whole idea of SAPIN Youth is to help other youngsters take control of their lives, their financial situation, and help the family out. Because I'm a firm believer that, yes, you are helping one youngster, but behind each and every individual, there's a whole family looking to them that put them through varsity, and them not being able to get a quick career path, not quick, but like a clear career path. I go to school, I get my degree. That's a beautiful thing to do, but like what comes after that? For some families, these are their last hopes. They put them, and some of these kids, they're the first in their families to go to university. So that's a big issue that touches me, and yeah, hopefully together with our partners and sponsors, we are able to address that.
So as SAPIN, I mean, what do you offer? How do you disseminate this information and help people?
Awesome. So we've got a variety of things, from coaching programs for individuals that are looking to venture into property. If you want to become an Airbnb specialist, if you want to do installment sales, like I mentioned, if you want to buy multiple properties and do multi-let and have multiple tenants, we have different coaching and coaches that can help you take your hand and hold it and walk the journey with you. We also have different ranges of memberships, starting from SAPIN Youth membership. So if you are a youngster looking to venture into the property industry, there is a SAPIN Youth membership. There's a free,
what's the membership fee?
97 Rand a month.
Okay.
So we made it nice and affordable. So if you do not eat a Big Mac, you get a membership for 1 month.
Got you.
And you get the access to monthly group coaching with property experts. So I'm also a student. I'm still learning. Yes, I've done property deals, but I'm still learning. So there are people that have been in the industry for 20 years. You get to join monthly masterminds and group coaching with those individuals. Our attorney partners at Bruno Smart Attorneys, our partners at our, what do we call them? Accounting partners, Intergen, they get together, because yes, there is buying properties, but there's a legal and an accounting expert aspect to this. So you get to jump onto, you get to ask questions, and TPN, you get to pull TPN reports, part of the membership. You get the financial and legal literacy course, because yes, you are property investors, but there's more to this. You're running a business. What are the tax implications? Should you be doing it in a personal name? How do you do monthly bookkeeping? The tax advantages as a youngster starting a business in the property industry. So yes, that's high level what SAPIN provides.
Okay, other than your own story, tell me about a success story that you've seen come out of now this youth development.
Geez, tons. So we started the youth club, and we're running this SAPIN Youth membership, so any youngster can join. There's also the
From what age?
From age 17 till 34. Okay. I actually got into trouble for that, because we said 17 till 25, and then we got backlash, so we had to push it back. But then there's also the SAPIN Youth Development Program. Why this is so important is we do not charge any youngsters anything for this. We are backed by Absa Bank and through the Enterprise Fund. The whole idea is to build businesses in the property sector. So we only started with 20 entrepreneurs. We've paired them up. So they've got 5 businesses. They came up with geeky names. One of them is the Westie Besties, the Eastern Levels. But then it is starting a business in the property sector. The success we have had is there's a company called PM Prop. So 3 young ladies, they study project management in the university, quantity surveying. So we've paired them up with Mark Berman, an experienced developer from Soundrock, who is mentoring them. And they're doing a renovation. They're project managing a renovation worth 400,000 Rand. The Westie Besties, they're a tech-based letting business. So powered by PropTech, they give future, rental guarantees. Their management company, they're managing 4 units now. So that's good income. And yeah, that's some of I won't spend the whole session. That's some
I love these stories.
That's some of the success stories. And on the investment side, we've got a young man, Bulunko, who bought his first multi-let, and he just tenanted out this week. So we're having tons of success,
You sound very passionate about your work at SAPIN.
Yeah, I love it.
That's always a great thing to hear, especially when it's to do with, uplifting the youth and bringing them out of poverty and out of unemployment. you know, for me now, you can do no wrong in my eyes ever, ever, ever.
All right, so now I'm a saint, eh?
Basically, yes. We just need a halo for you,
Yes,
and then
and
you'll
like
be
a
well on
wings
your
and
way.
yeah, perfect.
Should we expect to see you at the next property shows?
Definitely. I absolutely love this property show. Gave us an opportunity to network and speak to a lot of South Africans coming from all walks of life. People starting out, people that have been in the industry looking to expand, and just networking with the other exhibitors and getting to find out, geez, yes, it is a huge industry, but like the players in it and how we can add value. And it's just been amazing. Hey? And I will definitely be joining the next one.
What would you say to the 17 to 34-year-olds watching this podcast now?
Yes, there are barriers to entry when wanting to venture into property. You do need the credit score, the affordability, but there are ways you can venture into property. And I'm a firm believer that any single South African can own a property. Any single youth can own a property. All you need to do is educate yourself, upskill yourself, understand what opportunities out there, things like flips for first-time home buyers that do not have an age requirement, but need you to have a certain level of understanding to know how to use them. Yes, it is difficult, but not impossible. And I'm a firm believer that anyone should be owning property.
Ladies, gentlemen, they, thems, Daniel Kazadi. I had to do it like that because you're a saint, obviously.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Such a pleasure to be on.
That's all we've got for today's episode. Listen, I'll be back tomorrow bringing you more live from the property show at the Sandton Convention Center. Otherwise, good night. I'll see you tomorrow.